Get out your comfort zone.
Yes, please do.
Try something you've never had. If you're having an experience with friends, find something you think they've never had and just enjoy, talk through it.
Yeah. And even if you are a fan of, let's say, I don't know, Jameson, try some of their other expressions. See what you think about those and branch out a little bit. We always encourage that.
Yeah. Just because you've always liked something doesn't mean you shouldn't try something new. And you can even stay within your own lane. Mm-hmm. I say the same thing with Jack Daniels, like you said with Jameson. They make other expressions. They make different cask finishes. And let your palate explore those. Hi, and welcome to the Liquor Connoisseur. I'm Crystal.
I'm Roger.
Today we'll be reviewing Redbreast 12-year Irish whiskey. Redbreast has been around for over 200 years using the traditional pot still whiskey making process. It's produced by Midleton Distillery today and is made using malted and unmalted barley. Midleton is one of the few distilleries that use unmalted barley. The unmalted barley provides a silky or creamy mouthfeel and a spiciness. Legally, Irish whiskey is aged a minimum of 3 years in Ireland in wooden casks. These can be ex-bourbon casks, sherry casks. They don't have to be new casks. The ABV cannot exceed 94.8%, and there are 4 types of Irish whiskeys: single malt, pot still, grain, and blended.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so this is a pot still, which is where the unmalted barley comes in at.
Here's a launch virtual experience. Ooh, cool. I have to check that out. I like the box presentation. This is really cool. 40% alcohol by volume.
That is, I believe, the minimum.
Okay. And this comes in at about $70. Let us know in the comments about how much you pay for it typically.
Yeah, we picked this up during St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah. It was one of those come shop with me, guess what we got, and it happened to be this one.
So if you guessed Redbreast, aged 12 years, you were correct.
Yeah, absolutely. We actually had this in a sample set.
We did.
At one point, we had a small flight of
It came straight from Ireland, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll go with that. Yeah.
Well, I just mean we didn't pick it up at the store. It was a gift.
It was a gift. This is true. I like this. Redbreast embossed there. Okay, hopefully we don't have any technical difficulties this time. It should be relatively easy.
So what's it aged in?
Seeing it looks like toasted oak with some sherry undertones.
Ooh.
So let's see. Some oak cask.
Fresh crack.
Yeah. This is an unboxing. We do a lot of those.
Yeah, so you notice on our shelves, if you zoom in, a lot of our bottles are unopened or still pretty much full.
Yeah, still pretty much full.
We try our best, but we cannot finish them all.
Oh, that's really nice detail there. It's kind of etched in.
Oh, that is really
man.
Cool. I'm
Single
curious, what
pot still.
kind of top is it?
Oh, and I know this is a cork. Let's see if it's... Yeah. Okay. Oh, real wood cork. This is a really good cork, though.
Oh,
yeah.
Please.
Help you out just a little bit.
Not too much. You know, your hands get a little heavy sometimes.
Yeah.
The color on that is nice, rich, golden.
12-year. Let's see what we're
Definitely get a little bit of that sherry cask in there. Just a little sweetness.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of ethanol. I predict slight bite, but very rich flavor.
Well, let's see. Cheers. Yep. This one is quite a few steps above one of our previous ones that we reviewed.
Tullamore, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and you know, and I think they're about the same age. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
12-year. I don't know if it's the sherry cask or their process, whatever it is, but this feels like it has a lot more flavor to it.
I do know with Redbreast, they triple distill, which is typical within the Irish whiskey, but there are some that do double distill, which makes those similar to Scotch.
Gotcha.
And fun fact, I learned that there are some Irish whiskeys that are starting to use peat. So they're starting to have a little bit of that smoky
that's
flavor.
got to be neat.
You'll have to find one of those,
we'll have to. And actually, instead of cheers, we'll have to use something else that we learned here recently.
Yes.
Yeah, I like this.
I'm going in for the second sip. Definitely has those fruity notes.
It's more sweet now in the second sip. Now, don't mistake this. This is sweet for Irish whiskey. Bourbon is way sweeter. So if you love your bourbons or something like that, this is not going to hold a candle to that as far as sweetness is concerned.
And then you do get that spice from the unmalted barley.
Yeah.
It's not from the alcohol itself.
Yeah. This is quite tasty. I like this one.
Okay. Imported by Pernod Ricard.
And they, of course, have a number of expressions. If you see one of my previous videos, they have some pretty nice ones.
Yes.
You can get up 15 years plus. I think I've seen a 27-year expression of this. So.
Yeah, in the last, 20, 30 years, they've been putting out new expressions of the Redbreast. And just going through the history, there's so much, I couldn't put it all in the bottles.
Yeah, we have a whole lot, yeah.
Now, there was a
Very
family
rich.
that owned them for a long time. And I think the name comes from someone that was over the brand at one point that loved birds. So that's where Redbreast, I think this was more like a rebranding of their original brands that they had.
Okay. That's cool.
So yeah, when a company's 200 years old, there's a lot of research to find what's important. But again, the single pot still. So real interesting process. Find out more. We'll post a more in-depth Irish whiskey blog post on our website, theliquorconnoisseur.com.
I don't know that I'd want to mix this. I'm not sure how I would go about it. We'd have to consult.
Cask finishes are different.
Yeah.
You can mix them.
Yeah.
For me, I like them the way they're made.
I think even on their website, they at least show a what was that? One of my favorite ones, an old fashioned with these.
That could be
might
fun.
Be pretty cool, but we'll see.
Just have to play around with something that's gonna let this shine. That's still there, and then enhancing it with those citrus flavors or whatever we may mix it with.
Yeah. This is very enjoyable. And once again, I am not an Irish whiskey drinker. Not a huge fan. But this is at least 2 or 3 steps above some of the others.
So with that, I would say this is an intermediate, especially with it being that sherry cask. I think it takes it up. I can see us having great experiences with friends, introducing them to this if they've never had Irish whiskey.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is, if you're looking to try some of the celebrity brands of anything, start here first. Try this.
Yes. Definitely.
With caution. Sometimes.
But it's nice to have unmalted barley. I didn't realize unmalted barley was a thing. I guess I should have. If it's malted, there's for every positive, there's a negative.
Surely they had some of that in there.
Or an opposite. So yeah, I like the spiciness it brings. It really is true when you read about what it brings. It has that creamy mouthfeel. Mm-hmm. That's another thing that unmalted barley brings to a spirit.
Yeah, it is noticeably smoother. A lot. That creamy mouthfeel leads to that. You feel like you have a lot more body here. I also appreciate that this is one of those bottles that actually can help you along your journey. Mm-hmm. They tell you what you could expect and tasty notes, kind of like the silky smooth stuff. You get some spice and fruits here. And it finishes complex and lingers on the palate. And that appears to be true. We'll see probably after cut how long this lingers, but this is quite tasty.
Yeah, and with each sip you get a little bit more of the notes. I like that.
I'm glad we picked this one up.
I am too.
Yeah, because we don't have enough of those, so we need to step up in that space in particular.
Yes. Next up, we got to find one that's using peat.
Yeah, if we can find Irish whiskey using peat, I'm quite sure it's going to taste like Scotch. We'll see. We'll see.
Just have to see what they use to make it.
Yeah, that should be fun.
I agree. Well, there you have it. This is an intermediate pour, $70. You can find it at your local store. This is the flagship.
Yeah, this is their flagship. You'll find this. This should be readily available.
Yes, and they make 5 other expressions. So if you see those out in a while, definitely try those and let us know.
Yep.
All right. As always, like, subscribe, and share.
Sláinte.